Greetings. Welcome in. Welcome in. I am Simone the Shepherdess, and I was taught that if you get, you give. If you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. So, real shit, I didn't even have the energy to do this, but I had to hop on before I fell asleep. Today has been... Today made me realize, like, how drained I really am. So y'all know, greetings on top of everything else that I have like going on. I'm still navigating co-parenting with the father of my last two kids, or my latest two kids rather. And like today he said some real foul shit. So basically I asked him if he can come get his kids, because like I need a break. And before I even asked him if he can get his kids, I asked if he could bring something to eat, if he could bring groceries, something like. Sometimes I don't want to have to think about something. Like, damn, help out in some type of way. Don't put all the burden on me. But so he couldn't do none of that. But the conversation ended up going into you wanted them kids, you chose to have them kids, you could have got an abortion. Y'all, our kids, Cairo is about to be 3 in August, and Quentin is 4. Like, we way past. So fucking you should have got an abortion. Like, and that really, I don't know, that did something to my soul. And it did something to my soul in a couple of ways, because it's like, damn, I know this man is hurting. However, I don't think it justifies you wishing your kids were aborted years later. Two, I still be like beating myself up on, damn, Simone, you were that hurt that you aligned yourself with somebody who was hurting and co-created with this person. And now you have to deal with the repercussions of those actions. And then the other flip side of me is like, because I told y'all that I'm not the type where I'm gonna run it high. I'll block you, but he know I stay, so I'm not gonna not open the door for you, cause for your kids' sake. Like, my kids love this man, every ounce of this man. So I wasn't the type to like block him out or not allow him access to his children. However, because this isn't the first time where he said some like off the wall shit or something demeaning, or something in the sense of like not wanting to be a dad. Like, he's even asked, like, can he sign his rights over to his kids, as if that's gonna wipe his obligation away, type of shit. But it's like, damn, I'm at like my wit's end. Like, I have so much other shit going on, and I'm still taking care of your kids in the midst of all of this, and you still seek to tear me down. Like, then on the flip side, it's like, well, damn, what do I do when my kids be like, oh, I want to call daddy, or can daddy come over here? Like, I want to talk to him. And because when they want to talk to him, I get him the phone and y'all can call him. Like, I'm not the type to hinder that. But I'm like, if I do allow that, is that even genuine? Like, you've said this statement so many times now that I don't even know if I want you around the kids. Like, is your presence even genuine? Because you say shit like that, disappear for however long you want to disappear for, and then you show up like you Santa Claus with cookies and ice cream and toys and just all this fun stuff. Like, no real obligation to your kids, because you're not feeding them, you're not bathing them, you're not waking up with them every day. Like, you're not seeing them every day. So you're not really doing the mundane of the everyday task when it comes to parenting. You a pop-up parent, a part-time parent. You parent when it's convenient for you. So I'm like, okay, so that's how the conversation ended. Like what would be the follow-up? You just pop up and I'm like, oh, okay, as if nothing transpired or nothing was said. Like, I'm over that. I'm over that, especially because I have so much going on, and the fact that I wasn't sad or crying or pondering on it today, but I did have to analyze the situation, because it's like you continue to tear down the person who is doing all the work. And we've already discussed, if I'm not full, if you not full, if you're not overflowing, you can't give shit to nobody else. So technically my kids are supposed to be getting my overflow, and they literally sipping out of the fucking cup with a straw all day long, just sucking me up and getting the corners out of that bitch. Like, so I'm like sick of it. Like, I'm so sick of it. Like, nah, bro. No, like, no. So I'm in the process of like trying to navigate on like how to move forward, how to not be an interference in my kids' relationship with their dad. But I'm like, I come first. So if you can't be respectful to me, the primary caretaker, the full-time caretaker, then I guess you can't have access to your kids until they old enough to access your ass by themselves. Like, this person has access to my home in the sense of like, you can come and see your kids whenever you want for the most part, and I open the door and you can chill in my house with your kids. Like, but now it's like, okay, well, maybe you've allowed this person to become too comfortable. Like, no. So that kind of, it drained my energy. And like I said, it wasn't even in a way of, it didn't drain me physically, but it drained me spiritually. Because it's like, damn, you give and you give and you give. You forgive and you forgive and you forgive. And people take that shit for granted. And we got this new year coming up, the spring equinox coming up. And I'm like, okay, maybe this is the universe telling me, showing me who needs to be removed. Who needs those strict boundaries. Like, you can't even be consistent with seeing your kids or providing for your kids. So why am I so lackadaisical with the boundaries that I have in place for you to be present? Like, because you didn't accept the leniency that you had prior to all this. And I was like, okay, so what can I do to protect myself, to protect my spirit, to protect my emotions? So if anybody have any advice, let me know. DM me, give me words of advice, some tips, some pointers. Like, it's very disheartening that this is the person that I chose to create multiple kids with. So y'all, I know I did a little message on being picky. Y'all be picky. Have a fucking interview these folks. Like, sex should be the last thing on y'all minds. Interview these folks. Figure out, because if you have sex, even if it's just something that's platonic, if you have sex and you get pregnant and you know nothing about this person, and you the type that either don't believe in abortions or whatever the case may be, and you decide to have the child, then what? Because y'all know the famous saying is mama's baby, daddy's maybe. And that's daddy's maybe. May be there. May disappear. May be they baby. It always, and I ain't gonna say it always fall on the mama, but it'll fall on the mama before it fall on the daddy. Because you can, in return, be a deadbeat mama and just give up on your kid or put your kid on other people. But yeah, I'm like, damn, Simone, you who was I 5 years ago to not see that this is what this was? Like, It's mind-boggling, but I have to forgive myself every day. I have to forgive myself every day. Not only for me, but for them, because they need me. Because he ain't here, so they need me. But it's just, again, it's disheartening. I'm journeying through it. I'm navigating through it. I'm growing through it. So I just want to share that words of encouragement for anybody else that's experiencing anything, especially with co-parentingship, feeling like the person that you started a relationship with, created kids with, ultimately, I don't want to say they turned into somebody else, but basically they hid who they were. They wore a mask and then took that mask off so far in a relationship, or after so many incidences, or after being triggered, and now you have to deal with the consequences of whatever transpired, whatever was left. It gets better. Like, I have faith that this is a season. I know who I was before that rehearsing. I know who I am now, and I know who I'm going to be tomorrow. Who's to come, a better me. Not only for me, but for the kids. Like, I have so much that I want to offer my kids, and experiences and memories that I want them to be able to have. And just knowing that it's on the way. Me staying faithful, me staying diligent. Me continuing to have a heart as light as a feather. Balancement, harmony, unconditional love. I'm not doing nothing but attracting it to me. So not allowing whatever the situation or the circumstances right now to deter you from what's to come. Don't be full of anger. Don't be full of bitterness. Don't take it out on these kids if your situation is surrounding kids, because they ain't asked to be here, so they don't have shit to do with it. But it gets better, love. I don't have a message for the, well, I guess that's the message for today. It gets better, love. I don't have no journal topic. I just tried to come up with something on the fly, but guess we get a day off. I know we're supposed to chant. We're gonna chant tomorrow. I promise. I'm promising that to myself. Gotta get back into this work. That's one thing that I deduce as well. I think I talked about this for the past couple of days, is staying in this work the same way an athlete trains, a musician trains, a chef trains. We got to train our spirit, train our emotions, train our mindsets, and stay diligent in that training. It ain't no one and done. I'm going to do this one day a year and feel like it's going to make a difference. Imagine a boxer getting in the ring for the first time feeling like they finna get in there and win. Oh, I'm about to do this. I'm about to just go in and punch this punching bag one time, then I'm about to try and beat a heavyweight, the national lightweight, whatever they fucking ranks are. It don't work like that. So we gotta keep putting in this work, y'all. I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. Forgive me for not being as, I've been consistent, but I ain't been persistent. I ain't been doing it like I needed to be based off of. And I don't want it to come across as an excuse, but it does get heavy. But I am being vulnerable and transparent with y'all. And it's like, well, at least I'm going to show y'all face and let y'all know, like, what's going on. So it's not like a... And ultimately, it's not for y'all. It's for me, but still. So it's not like a, oh, she said she would get on the day. She ain't get on. Like, I'm carrying a lot. And on top of carrying a lot, having those fucking triggers and hurdles throughout the process. So my path ain't paved. It's rocky, muddy, watery, all the above. I hope that message added value. I hope it encouraged you. I hope it gave you a little bit of faith. Because, again, y'all, 90 days from now, I'm going to look back and be like, wow, who knew that blessing was as close as it was? So whatever you're going through, stay true to you. Be authentic to you. Be loving. Set those boundaries. Do what's best for you, but don't do it in a nasty or nagging or bitter way. Because whoever sows, they're going to have to reap it. They're going to have to reap it. It's not your job to be their karma. The universe gonna give it to them the way it's supposed to be given to them. Don't feel like you have to take control of that. Just continue journeying your journey with love. I told y'all, forgiving don't mean forgetting or feeling like you gotta parlay with these folks. No, you can forget them and go your separate ways. You ain't holding on to that. You don't even think about them. I wish you well. I hope you heal. I hope that message added value. I am Simone the Shepherdess. And I was taught that if you get, you give. If you learn, you teach. I'm here to preach, and y'all finna get this word. Have a beautiful evening, and I'll see you tomorrow.